Hello, Booktube. Hello, friends. Welcome to Lizzie Faye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth, and it is 7:30 p.m. on October 2nd, 2021. I apologize for the lighting. I have had such a full day today, and I was determined to get some kind of a video done because I haven't even done my TBR for October. There's a couple of readathons that I'm participating in, and I'm still sorting all that out. But meanwhile, Rick McNeil announced the next Booktube Spin. So I already kind of knew what I was going to do for my round 4 Booktube Spin list. I was thinking since we would read them in November and December, I would do maybe half and half and do half nonfiction for Nonfiction November and the other half Christmas for, December. But in the long run, in the short and tall of it all, how many cliches can I get wrong? I just decided to do all Christmas books because I have several that I'm going to read, and probably the month of December I'm going to do pretty much all Christmas books. Anyway, I already have my November TBR pretty full. Actually, my December TBR is pretty full too, but I just thought it would be fun to put the Christmas books on this list that I don't have to read for one thing or another. Hopefully they'll count for other challenges and stuff, but I didn't put anything in this stack that I for sure was already planning to read because, if I just put a list of stuff I'm already going to read, then, what's the point of that? So let's get started. Now, I have other Christmas books, unread Christmas books, besides this 20, but the rest of them are either, I have several that I've read already, and most of what I have left are short story collections, mostly the Barber collections. And for some reason, I just didn't want to tackle one of those because I have so many other things that I want to read. So, even if I stuck one on there, that's the one that would get picked. And I buddy read one of those that was non-Christmas earlier in the year with Bobby Sue Davis, and it really took the whole month to read it. And that was with reading, we took like 3 days to read each story because there were 9. So I just didn't want to make such a production out of it. I picked mostly the shorter ones, and there's a couple here that are a little bit longer, but for the most part, I left out the big short story collections. And I didn't even number them. I haven't even written them down yet. When I go to upload the video, I'll list them all in the description. But I just stacked them here, and I'm just going to show them to you. I don't know much about any of them. I have not read any of these before that I know of. So let's just get started. A lot of these are Christian themed, but not all of them are. So let's start with this one. This is one I want to send to my sister. It's a little bit banged up. In fact, it's got some water damage. I have a few books here that were in a box that was on the bottom stack of a bunch of boxes of books one day when our washer flooded. And there was not a lot of damage, just a handful of paperback books got some damage. One hardcover book, but it's fine. It's not bad. But this one is just a little bit you can see the water damage. There's another one here that I really just want to read and recycle. It's readable, but I'm kind of hoping it'll get picked so that I can have an excuse to get it read and then probably pop it in the recycle bin because it's so warped it won't even fit on the shelf. Anyway, I'm rambling. I tend to do that. This is The Christmas Quilt by Thomas J. Davis. It looks historical. Otherwise, I don't know anything about it. It is published by Steeple Hill, so that would mean that it's inspirational, Christian. Yeah, that's about all I know. And then the next one is, actually most all of these are ones that I got at library book sales. I don't really know much about them. This one has a foreword by Debbie Macomber, so that's cool. It is The Spirit of Christmas by Cecil Murphy and Marley Gibson. That looks really pretty. I love these picturesque scenes on the cover. Really nice. This one got a tiny bit of water damage, but not much. This one is The Judge Who Stole Christmas by Randy Singer. It is also just a novella, very short. A Yuletide Free-for-All. That's what's on the back. I don't know if this is 2 stories that are written by each by a different author, or if two authors wrote one story together. But it's called Holiday Hope. Oh, it is two stories. If I would just read. Love Has Much to Give in two stories from the 1940s. One of the stories is by Wanda E. Brunstetter, who writes a lot of Amish fiction, and one is by DiAnn Mills. And this is just a little paperback book, trade paperback. If this gets chosen, I will read that and send that on to my sister. This one I haven't had all that long. It says Thomas Kincaid's Home for Christmas by Joanne Brown. So it's not one of the Cape Light books that is written by Thomas Kincaid, but after I looked at it a little further, I think it is written about Thomas Kincaid, or maybe about his hometown. I really couldn't tell you for sure, but it says that it is a major motion picture from Lionsgate. So that's kind of cool. This one I think a friend gave me, We'll Always Have Christmas by Jenny Hale. Either that or I picked it up at a library sale. I'm not sure. And then these two I got at a bookstore. It's only, it's apparently a collection. I only have 2 and 3, but I think they're the kind of books you can read in any order. They're called Christmas in My Heart. This one is a second Treasury. And it is More Heartwarming Tales of Holiday Joy, compiled and edited by Joe Wheeler. And then the same for this one, only this is a third Treasury. So either one, I'm willing to read those out of order. If the third one gets picked, I'm willing to read them, obviously without the first one. So we'll be fine. This one I got out of our little free library a couple of years ago, and there's really no excuse for me not ever having read it. It's a tiny little book. I think it was a free gift. It's by Diana Palmer, called The Humbug Man. It probably was like a gift with a subscription. Yeah, it says it's a silhouette book. So Montana rancher Tate Hollister had to be the grouchiest, grumpiest humbug man widow Maggie Jeffries had ever met. So maybe it's an excerpt from a larger book. I really don't know. Or maybe it's just a short story. All right, then I have this book that I think my sister sent me. I had seen this around at book sales and I just never picked it up. It is by Mary Higgins Clark. It actually has 2 stories. So I am, again, willing to read either one. I'm counting this for 2 books. One of them is Silent Night and one is All Through the Night. And I think I can get both of these on audio, maybe on Hoopla. And really, if one or the other gets picked, I'll probably end up reading both of them if I can get them on audio. And if not, then I'll probably just read the one that gets picked. All right, then the last, no, I'm not quite to the last yet. So I have 3 more, and then the rest will be all by one author. Here's the one that was super damaged. Look at that. It's called Christmas Cats, a literary companion, edited by Shirley Rousseau Murphy, who I think also has a series of cat cozy mysteries, and, or at least cat mysteries. I don't know if they're cozy or not. I believe this, yes, this has contributions from a lot of different authors. And, it won't even fit on the shelf anymore. I've had it in my TBR jar bin, and I just want to read it and get done with it. So, that way it's just very puckered and warped, and it'll just go in my recycle bin. Unless it's super wonderful, and I really, honestly, if it's super wonderful, I'll just probably buy another copy, because I just won't fit on the shelf. My sister sent me this one a couple of years ago. I've heard of this author, but haven't read her yet. His Mistletoe Family by Ruth Logan Hearn. It's a love-inspired large print. It is from the Men of Allegheny County, and I have not looked up that series. I'm going to assume you can read them in any order. It's just, a companion series. This one is one I want to send my sister. I've had it on my TBR for a long time. Patchwork Christmas. One Woman's Legacy of Hope is bestowed upon 2 struggling couples by Renee DeMarco and Colleen L. Reese. If you've been following me for a while, you've seen this on my Christmas TBR for probably the last 5 years, and I need to read that. Okay, then the last 6, I think I bought all of these last year at our library book sale, or like on the sale shelf, whenever they put out Christmas books. I think I might have had one of these already, and then the rest I got last year. So I think this is the one I already had. Christmas at Harrington's by Melody Carlson. All of these are going to be by Melody Carlson. So that would be, I guess, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. No, that would be 15. And I know I haven't been saying numbers, but I'm just going to go in the order that I'm telling them to you. The Christmas Shop. Pretty snow globe. Angels in the Snow. All I Have to Give. Says it's a Christmas love story. The Christmas Bus. I think I've heard of this one. Not to be confused with the one that has a big RV on the front. I have read that one. A Christmas Joyride. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that. And The Christmas Pony will be number 20. And these are all short, so if one of those gets chosen, really if most of these get chosen, it's not going to add a huge amount of reading to my bulging TBR. Really, because I set some pretty high goals at the beginning of the year, my TBR has just been full all this year. So before I go, I want to give you a quick update on my round 3 picks. So if you saw my video, where I showed my list, I ended up doing 2 different lists so that I would have 2 books to read. Well, then Rick ended up doing 2 spins, and he may do 2 spins for this round. He hasn't decided yet, or maybe he has, but he did leave it up to people to vote. And I had my books in here, and now I don't know what I did with them. Oh, goodness. Hang on one second. Here they are. Okay, so I have read one of them. I listened to this on audio, Buffalo Girls by Larry McMurtry. And the other one on that shelf, I don't even remember which one was numbered what. What were the numbers even? 2 and 20 or something like that. So the other one on that same shelf was Pigtopia by Kitty Fitzgerald. I did start this in August. I restarted it. I had started it a couple of years ago. It's a tough book to read, but I made a little bit of progress in it. I was doing a project where I had a stack of 8 books, and I was trying to read some of each book all throughout the second half of August, and I got 5 done that way, and I started the others, and of the 3 I had left, I made myself finish one this past month in September. It was a good book. I just have a hard time sometimes just sitting down and just getting it done when I have to read things in print. So that is what I'm going to have to do with this one this month, is just sit down and read a chapter a day, every day, until I get it done. So the other 2 that were from the other shelf, 2 and 20 from the other shelf, one, I gave myself a choice of any of the Kate Morton books that I had, any of the unread ones on my shelf. And so later on in my TBR video, I did a drawing, and I chose The Secret Keeper. I can get this on audio, on CD from my library, but I already have another one on track to listen to first, so this will be the next thing I listen to on CD in my car. And then I have one other one that I need to read in print, and this will probably not get read until November. Whenever I get done with Pigtopia, I'll pick this up. This is The Beach Street Knitting Society and Yarn Club by Gill Mcneil. And I don't know anything about it, except that it's about a yarn and knitting club. So that was what got chosen. And I hope to finish all of these by the end of November, so that in December, I will read whatever gets picked in round 4. And that's my plan. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to have my belated TBR for October, probably maybe on Monday. I doubt I'll film anything tomorrow, because we're going to have a family day and go to Orlando and do some fun things just together as a family after church. We'll go to church, and then we'll go to Orlando. And I'm just going to enjoy my day with my family, and I will see you hopefully back here again on Monday. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.